Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're ready. Yeah. They know. They know what time it is. And you know what I got on right now? I'm very honored to be wearing it. I love it. It's not my Mivga, but I got my hands on an uncle hat. And man, even though I have this crazy hair, I've been using the uncle hat. And man, amazing. Shout out to the uncles out there. Shout out all my uncles out there. We love you all. Okay? But, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're ready. It is now time for philosophy. So, let me give the disclaimer here. For those of you who are not interested in anything but 24-hour live stock market news and trades brought to you by Carl's Jr., or anything of the nature of personal development that scares you, religious concepts you don't like, they bother you, you think it's worthless, unnecessary, anything of that nature, you're probably not going to like this moment, so we like to give you a disclaimer, and this disclaimer is so that you could kindly and respectfully back out. If you feel the need to tell anybody, you will get banned, because at that point, you're just trying to, I don't know what you're trying to do, but it's just like, if you feel some way, I respect you, you respect me, God bless you. That's all there is to it. But the thing is, we do this for personal development. We do this because it relates to business, it relates to success, but we do bring up concepts of many religious topics all the way down to stuff not always related. So the best piece of advice I could always give is be where you are. Be somewhere you want to be. Don't put yourself in a place you don't have to. So, not trying to push anything on you, not trying to force anything on you. That's why we're telling you this. So, God bless you. God willing, hopefully you do stick around. But either way, we still love you, but you don't need to throw shade. And if you like to throw the opposite of shade and like to show love, well, we're glad you're here. I got something for you. I got something good for you. Now, the market is hitting some lows here. We're still in a pretty more calm range. We sold some puts here, so we'll see what happens. But I have something for you. I'm gonna give you another one. Oh, SPY breaking through, more lows. Should we see? Let's see what we're down on. We're down $200 on that SPY put now, man. Damn, we're getting clapped. But let's see what happens here. Oh, no, there's Wells Fargo's. Are these going to clap us too? Oh, down 250 on the Wells Fargo's. Oh, man. See, so now you guys are going to have to watch this. We're selling off a little bit. We'll see what happens. But, where was I? Oh, yeah, the philo. So it's going to be a very interesting one today. It's going to be about Jordan Peterson again. Jordan Peterson. Very good guy. I like him. We're going to talk about that. And what he said, I listened to another thing. I was in the shower. He came up again, but he said something, and I don't think he realized even the genius of what he said. He kind of glossed over it. So he said something, and I want to talk about it. Another concept, kind of like yesterday. This one might be a little bit quicker here too, but the key with it was we're going to talk about risk. Honestly, risk, taking risk. He was talking about like businesses and people in business and all that, but again, the power of what he said with risk and even understanding this concept. I want to talk about this with you guys. I want to think, and I think it kind of ties into a lot of the other philos we've been talking about with everything. I mean, have no fear, go after what you guys are going after. You know what I'm saying? Small, good decisions, build them up, but, kind of, know your place and know it well and know it good, and be smart and be wise. So, I mean, it all relates, but this is the concept of risk and even economics. It relates to modern day. It relates to not even modern day, just the concept of economics. How do think about innovation, advancement, think about all of the products we have. How do you guys even know? How does anybody know in business what a good product is? How do you know? And even then, think about all of the innovations you have now. How did you know you needed it? Like, think about stuff. Some stuff is really useless if you think about it, or when it came out, it was absolutely useless. So, where did this come from? Like, think about it. Like, how this has to do with demand. Like, this has to do with demand. It has to do with the world. But at the same time now, where did it come from? Like, think about it, though. Like, or I guess, not where did it come from, but, like, even then, demand, how did you know it was necessary or not? Like, it's just a weird concept to think about. It really, really is. Like, think about all the stuff that's ever been created. Some stuff, like, you didn't know you needed 2-day shipping. You didn't know you needed 1-day shipping. I mean, what other stuff is there? You didn't know you needed a phone that has Candy Crush. You didn't know you needed, like, what the hell is this? Like, you didn't know you needed a little Alexa thing. But again, like, what other stuff that's not even, like, big and corporate? Like, just think some of the stuff that came out. Even your phone, even though you wouldn't need your phone. And again, none of this stuff, I don't know if you needed it, but you kind of need it. You know what I'm saying? You didn't know that little things would have such an effect on your life. I think that's just the best way to put it. And now, as time has gone on, what has made something important or not? So you guys were right. You guys are clearly, I think you guys are pretty versed in this. Demand is pretty important. This is now the one of the coolest things. I mean, or it leads into the coolest things. This is the economics. The world, capitalism, more or less, it says demand. Whichever why do we have what we have? You put it out in the marketplace, and whoever likes it buys it. That's it. People got it eventually. It was adopted by everything. That's demand. Adoption is demand. So let's put this all together. Why am I talking about this? Again, the whole point I'm going to talk about is risk, because it's understanding how things have happened in this world, changes, positive things, even for you guys. I mean, I don't know. Apply this to how you want. We've talked even with risk tolerance. We're doing credit spreads. I mean, I think risk is important to discuss. So putting these all together, look at the risk. I love the risk. I love it. The market decides through demand. What happens if the market doesn't like your product? What's the next step now? So we find out we like something, everybody uses it. What happens if the market doesn't like your product? It fails a warranty. You get clapped like Nikolai. Rejection, pivot. You have to make it better. They don't adopt it. They anti-adopt it. Snow, called BlackBerry, obsolete, sell it cheaper. Less people own it. So interesting. Different reactions. There are different answers from you guys. I think it's kind of interesting. Some of you guys think you could lower your price out of it. Some people think you got to get a better product. Isn't that funny? Look at all the different answers. I like it. I love it. That's good. Never give up. Never quit. But you fail. That's it. You fail. No other way around it. To some degree, you fail. Everything points to failure. If the market doesn't take your shit, the market doesn't like it, the market's not willing to pay for it. That's what happens. That's why. Why do you think Kevin O'Leary tells some people, take it behind the barn and kill it? Some of you know you don't need to reinvent it. Some of you don't need to try to fix it. It's dead. It's failed. That's just how the market. Again, think about all the products that have came to market here today, gone tomorrow. Think about the stuff that is actually ended up being here. People didn't like it at first, and it went from there. Don't worry, there's a good point to this. This is the point. Look at how a lot of us avoided that answer that it fails. A lot of us, honestly, do you guys like that answer? It fails? Does it kind of make you feel some type of way? Feel like a dick, a douchebag? Does it feel like what? How does that feel? Like if you fail, you fail. Do you like that answer? Some of you people do. Some people do. Some people, the angry people, I'd say. You hate it. That's good. That's good that you hate it. I feel you on that. I definitely feel you. I feel you. It is capitalism, though. It's very, very contradicting. We must live in the contradiction. It is hard truth. Maybe it's being a little too harsh. I don't know. Yeah, market is down. Now NASDAQ is approaching 2%. S&P down 1%. We're still literally, though, we're even just in the range from yesterday. That's the key. It's a disappointment. Good. So just let me just tell you guys this. Let's just make it a little bit easier. I mean, well, maybe let's just get to the point with it, with the philosophy. Come on. Let's make it it's failure. That's it. But this is the beautiful part. This is what I heard from JP that I thought was very beautiful. This is my part is this. Failure's not bad. Failure is amazing. Honestly, that's what I want to talk to you guys about today, because I think it's ridiculous how so many people are afraid of failure. We don't like failure. People don't embrace it. But then I look at my life. I even look at what I'm able to teach you guys. It's because I failed fucking miserably. And honestly, I'm a great friend of failure. Me and him know each other well. Honestly, even a lot of this stuff when people talk shit, people do whatever, it's like, I'm okay. I mean, I've embraced my failure, where I've failed, and most of them. There's nothing wrong with failure. I think it's just interesting how we don't like. So a lot of people are intimidated by failure. And this is where he said something. Now, JP said this, and I love it. He said the limited liability corporation is the greatest thing in the world. And I agree. This is this is now the concept. This is what sparked this thought. This is why, again, maybe this is just one of those philos where I give you another reminder of risk. Don't be afraid to take risk. Understand its necessity, be smart about it, but also at the same time, don't be so afraid of failure. And it has to do with the limited liability corporation. It has to do with America. Think about that. The LLC, the limited liability corporation. Yeah, you could start your own company. That's fine. I mean, and again, whether you make the whole idea is there's many, many ways to do this. But it makes sense within the capitalistic system. The capitalistic system is harsh. You're right. You take it to market and nobody adopts it, nobody likes it, you fail. Let's just like we said, let's accept that. You fail. But the market rewards people who provide value. The market rewards you if you do good, but at the same time, the market doesn't hold the same weight to failure as you would. The market, really, capitalism doesn't give a shit about failure. It's kind of expected. So that's why the limited liability is just it's fascinating when you think about it. Because now in America, you have this ability to engage in a business endeavor, to come up with an idea, to pick something up, to start something, to do something, to try something. And if it fails, it's not you. It's limited. The liability is limited to the real scope of that. It is new. It is an idea. It is just that idea. It's not you. It's not your personality. It's not your family. It's not going to leave you on the hook for a lot of stuff. It's not as if the failure is huge. And honestly, I think it's kind of with these credit spreads, kind of even understanding sometimes that psychological collateral we talked about. But it's pretty interesting to think with the capitalistic system, and I love it. I really do. And that's why I wanted to share this with you guys, because I think for some of you, I think you need to really think about how you're playing about stuff. Dude, SPI just hit 40? That's insane. Dude, that's insane. Dude, there's no options on that, is there? No, yeah, that's crazy. Holy, bro. This crazy, man. How they do this? Gilda sells 7.5. But anyways, the failure is usually limited. The liability is usually limited. I think you guys don't be afraid to embrace failure and just understand where it falls in line with the system. That's it. Where does it fall in line? Like, it is kind of expected that you are again. It's almost encouraged by capitalism to fail. So that's all this reminder was. This was the mini thing I wanted to talk about, because I heard that and my thing was, what now? I guess how do we approach risk? Why is failure viewed so negatively? Like, a lot of people take it negatively, but then now how does that come into play with risk? I mean, and again, why I say risk, because you have to realize the whole system rewards risk. That's the whole idea. You're going to fail. If you fail, though, I mean, that's the risk. The risk is somebody adopts it or not, and what it costs you to get to that point to determine somebody has adopted it or not. So it stuck out to me, but just look around. Now, that was just one of those things I never heard when I really thought about the LLC, the limited liability thing. Everything out there is telling you to go try something. Everything out there is telling you to shoot. But if you view it internally, or you're like, you're sensitive or self-conscious about it, it's going to naturally just hit different. So, yeah, that's it. That's simple as that. That is your philo. But, I mean, I guess if I could just think about it. Or just think about your relationship with failure. If I could leave you with something. And are you scared to fail? And what now? I guess maybe there's something. What's worth failing at? I mean, don't get me too deep into it. But just think about it. But if you are afraid of it, it goes, like I said, it connects to the other philos. Just have no fear. Be positive. Get the direction you're guiding to. But that is pretty much it. Make sure you guys are subscribed. We're live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before open. Drop your thumbs up on the video. You're on mobile. Press high chat. X out the chat. Hit the thumbs up button. Second link for the Nightly Watchlist the main channel. First link for the Scream Alerts Bootcamp and Real Estate course. Follow me on Instagram at The Trading Fraternity.